You say stainless steel is platinum. Dinner table I got man. T-shirt tucked in napkin. Still loaded, that's the cash, and I've only amounted a minimal fraction. Alright.
What a night, man. What a night. It's been almost a week now and I'm still not over how cool that was. So this actually started back in February when G-Shock reached out to me saying that they're putting together an event as an extension of their G-Shock and Central C collab and that they'd like me to be part of it and speak on their panel. Now let me just pause there and say that I've waited for a moment like this for a long time. If you're new to Time Drops, I've been running this channel for over 4 years now and I literally started it because I liked talking about G-Shocks. So to have G-Shock reach out and ask me to join their event and do exactly that was mind-blowing for me. I did contemplate playing it cool for at least 1 second, but no, it was an obvious yes. And as the title of the event suggested, this was very much a secret link up. Even I, as a panelist, had no idea what was going on. The only information I had at the time was that it was going to be in London on the 20th of March. Date set, in the diary, anything and everything else was swiftly pushed aside. But I also didn't ask too much. I quite like keeping that element of surprise. So the date was locked in and they let me know more details would follow. They then started launching the event across their socials, and to be able to get an invite, you had to sign up and hopefully be chosen. Again, all under wraps, very exclusive and very cool. So after literally counting down the days, the date finally arrived. I wasn't too worried about the panel side of things. I've done quite a bit of public speaking in my time, which came in handy on this night. What I was most stressed about on the day was picking what G-Shock to wear. I like to match things with my outfit and especially my trainers, so let's do a quick fit check. So on feet, we had the Air Max 1 Desert Sands, which I think are from around 2018, 2019. I've actually had these since then and they've stayed remarkably clean because I only wear them for special occasions and none more special than right now, right? These are still one of, if not my absolute favorite from my collection. Just love the colorway of these, proper summer vibes. You just can't go wrong with the Air Max 1, 100% would recommend. Right, prep check done. Up top, I was wearing a washed black Abercrombie Essential pullover hoodie, which are absolutely sick. Super quality material and incredibly comfortable. I then paired these with some cream jeans from Zara, which flowed nicely into the kicks, and most importantly, wore this watch. So this was one of G-Shock's Love the Sea and the Earth releases from last year. This is the GW6900 in collaboration with iCirc and is just beautiful. If you've seen the video on this one, you'll know that my brother actually managed to get me this from Japan, so shout out to him. Very cool story behind that one. And yeah, absolutely love this colorway, which nicely matches Le Crepes as well. I've always liked to match my watches and trainers. That's actually how I got into G-Shocks in the first place. So yeah, fit check done. That's what I wore, if anyone cares. So yeah, with outfit finally selected, we headed into the big smoke. So this was actually held in Steelyard in Bank. This was still a secret location unless you were chosen, so yeah, if you knew, you knew. When we arrived, there was already a pretty huge line. I'd say this was a bit of a mix between general G-Shock and watch enthusiasts and those hoping to get a glimpse of Central C. But again, this was still very unknown at this point, so we had to wait and see. But one thing was for sure, you could definitely feel that G-Shock party vibe already. Of course, fortunately for me, I was lucky enough to be part of the event, so I got to go in early and the event looked absolutely unreal. The first thing I noticed was this huge G-Shock bezel archway, which looked absolutely insane. I jokingly, but semi-not jokingly, asked what they were doing with it afterwards, which they just laughed at, which I thought, okay, probably shouldn't have asked that, not cool. I mean, in fairness, it was the size of a house, and I don't think the wife would have been too pleased if I started dragging that one back. Although it would have looked quite good on the front of ours. Babe. Anyway, there were also some very cool G-Shocks on display, including the recent RL series, which includes that DW5000 revival, of course. I've actually done a full video on that model if you want to go and check that one out after this. But yeah, such a cool vibe. So the lineup had a load of wicked DJs performing and various artists from across Europe performing, which was very cool and certainly livened up the place. And then there was us guys on the panel. Firstly, there was a very cool guy named Femp who runs a lifestyle and running brand, had a wicked style and has a very cool clothing line, so I would definitely recommend going and checking that out. We then had Latia Bennett, who runs a really cool sneaker customization restoration business known as Latia's Art. Being a sneakerhead, obviously I was checking out all of her posts and I actually had stumbled across a few of them before, so it was very cool to meet her. Then we had two watch guys, myself and a watch collector, a mad watch collector. The mad watch collector. It was really cool to meet Russ. Obviously, I've known him online for quite some time, as I'm sure many of you have, so it was really cool to meet in person. We actually both arrived a bit early, so we managed to walk around the event together, catch up about YouTube, watches, life, goals, etc. Really cool guy. If you haven't already, definitely go and check his stuff out. Top man. Great to meet you, Russ. So yeah, panel time. This was hosted by Rambo is Talking, who is another very cool guy. There was a lot of cool people there. He's a wicked presenter that seems to be practically everywhere right now. He's done like 4 or 5 gigs since this event. So yeah, big up to him. And yeah, I'm gonna let this run, some live questions, some live answers, and I'll see you on the other side. Enjoy. What about Chris?
Check. I think you got the good.
Nice, yeah, everyone, I'm Andrew, I'm on a platform called Time Drops, where we share all the latest news, reviews, deals, all the good stuff about watches, on YouTube newsletter. Been a G-Shock fan for many years, so naturally very excited to be here. Yeah, thank you for having me.
For you lot, what's like your earliest memory of the G-Shock watch?
I first saw one on Keanu Reeves in Speed. Yeah, and I thought, man, I need that watch. I need that. But because I got skinny wrists, it looked like I was wearing my dad's one. That was when I was 14. I'm close to 40 now. I've raised the size.
100%, yeah, similar sort of age really. So mine was sort of back in school, teenage years, hip hop scene, Pharrell, Lil Wayne, Dre, Kanye, Kid Cudi, all of those, all wearing them, matched into the trainers. I was a sneakerhead first, got into watches, obviously the G-Shock palette offered a lot of colours. So yeah, that's where it all started for me, and it's just remained since then really. Just really got more love and affection for the brand. So yeah.
For me, it's a bit of a different story. Again, I don't really want to say this about difference in the ground, but it was my high school crush had a purple G-Shock.
Yeah, I feel like growing up, obviously from London, West London, the G-Shock was like the status symbol. It was like
The Rolex.
a modern day Rollie, you had a G-Shock, you had a Gucci belt, Gucci pouch, you know what I'm saying, maybe a Gucci cap.
And I want to ask you, like, what was like a challenge starting up? Like, when you were doing your thing, like, what was the challenge that you faced?
The challenge is your first 10, 15, 20, 30, 100 shows are not going to get any views. No one's going to be bothered.
Yeah.
You're just being true to yourself, you know? Don't be despondent that no one's watching your shows, because I was exactly the same, and now, you know, it's doing all right.
We've all been there though. We've all been there where you get them low views and thinking, oh, this is dark. I know you lot been there, innit? You're just like, yo, what, 5 views? You don't rate my thing, man. Crazy, but we're here now, innit? What about you? Time Drops.
Yeah, same thing. I think, the views are obviously a sort of result of what you've put out. I think it's easy to feel drained if, celebrate the wins, but also feel drained if you're not getting the traction you think you deserve. But yeah, as I say, just keep plugging away. I think you've started for a reason. You've had a goal in mind, reminding yourself of that, and just keep sticking to it. You know.
What about you, Time Drops? Is there a time where you have to do something like repetitively, where to get that kind of like close to perfection?
Yeah, no, I think similar thing really. Always learning every single bit of content, every business decision, always learning, trying to improve each time. I think, was it Edison said, I haven't failed 1,000 times, I've just learned 1,000 ways that don't work. So I like to sort of take that mantra and go, do you know what, fail fast, do what you want to do, try it. If it fails, you just get closer to that solution. So that's the sort of mantra I like to live by.
Just keep going.
Still super surreal experience for me. Absolutely loved every second of it. Hope you enjoyed that. Prior to the event, we actually did receive a prompt of what questions might come up just to give us a bit of a guide. And there was some that didn't get asked or we didn't manage to capture. So I thought it'd be quite cool to run through a couple of them now. As you can see, there were specific G-Shock ones, but then there was also sort of life motivational ones, which I thought was really cool. All with a nod to their never give up and built different hashtags. So yeah, a couple of questions here. This one was in the G-Shock category. What makes the ultimate G-Shock collection? And what's a G-Shock you wish you had but missed out on or is next on your must-have list? To be honest, I think what makes that perfect G-Shock collection is that personality, that individuality, expression, etc. I just think it's such a cool brand that offers such a variety of timepieces for anyone's wants, needs, desires, whether it's a specific style or color you want, something for a particular role you might be playing or a job you might have or a sport adventure you might be going on. Like, they just have everything and it's so cool. And I don't really think there is an ultimate G-Shock collection or an ultimate watch collection in general. I think it's all personal to you. But you could literally ask someone about theirs and they could probably speak to each watch they have in their collection. Like, this one is one I bought when I achieved this, or this one is one I use when I go and do this, or whatever it might be. Just a real individual personal thing, which is what it's all about really. And speaking to the second part of the question, which G-Shock I wish I had most right now, well, there's quite a lot. No, there is a lot. There is a lot. What springs to mind is the grey John Mayer G-Shock. I haven't got that one. I've got the white and the blue, so that would complete that trio. An MRG Casio would always be nice, as I'm sure many of us have that on our list, or an MRG in general. Don't have one of those yet, so definitely one for the hopefully near future. What else? I really like the Tokyo Twilight GMW B5000, the one that goes from purple to blue. That one's very, very cool. So yeah, that's 3. Let's just stick with that. There's many, many more, but let's just not go there. By the way, as you can probably tell, I didn't script any of my answers to any of these questions. To be honest, I didn't look at them in too much depth because I didn't want to think of something I might have to say. Not that that was a criteria at all, but I just wanted to let the night flow, answer the questions as they got asked. Just, yeah, let everything happen naturally. And hopefully you can see that in my answers. But yeah, we continue to speak about authenticity in the space and how you run your own race, etc. Motivational, resilient stuff, which was really, really cool. But one question Rambo asked us at the end, which I don't think we filmed, and it certainly wasn't on the sheet, was what was sort of one moment where you thought, yeah, I'm doing all right, I'm doing bits. And I just thought, wow, like what am I going to answer to that? Like there's been so many awesome moments, whether it's surpassing a certain subscriber amount, speaking to you guys, like having moments where you guys have picked up something that I've recommended has been super, super cool. But then it just sort of hit me. I was like, it's right now. Like this is the moment where if ever you're gonna, I guess, feel yourself and just feel that moment of elation and energy, like I'm speaking at a G-Shock event. Like how ridiculous is that? I literally started this from wanting to speak about G-Shocks more with people, full circle moment, just insane. Like I'm on stage speaking about G-Shock and over around 100 people are listening, like mental. So yeah, just shout out to all of you for allowing this to happen, to making this happen is just super, super sick. So yeah, hopefully many, many more to come. But yeah, big shout out to everyone else on the panel. I'll leave all their stuff linked. I'll definitely recommend going and checking them out. And yeah, wicked, wicked chat. But it was time to kick back and soak up the vibes, and vibes were certainly soaked up. I managed to catch up with loads of you guys, which was super, super cool. A massive shout out to you if you came and showed love, whether if you knew me from YouTube before or literally from seeing me on the panel on the night. Thank you so much for all the kind words. Had some really good combos. If you ever do see me out and about, like please do come and say hi. I'm always happy to chat. Also managed to catch up with the Casio family, which was super cool, and hopefully some really exciting things on the way there. So stay tuned. At this point, still didn't know if Central was going to arrive. People were whispering and things like that, but yeah, I just wanted to wait and see. And yeah, that happened.
Alright, you say stainless steel is platinum. Dinner table I got man. T-shirt tucked in napkin.
He turned up. He showed up. As you can see, rightfully so, the place was going absolutely crazy for him. I mentioned in one of my answers that my love for G-Shocks originated from the hip hop scene, and obviously being from the UK, back then it was more of a UK grime scene. We're talking Wiley, Kano, Getz, Wretch, etc. So yeah, well aware of Central C, like listen to him quite a bit. Being a father of young children, I do have to sort of dial it back and be selective when I'm listening to certain kinds of music nowadays. But yeah, if I'm in the car on a journey on my own, want to feel pumped, etc., like Centch is that go-to guy. So yeah, wicked to see him live. He's obviously massive in the UK, but especially the US right now as well. Perfect way to round off the night for everyone. And what rounded it off even better for me was that G-Shock blessed your boy with a gift. I mean, could it have got any better? So cool, ridiculous, insane. I probably used all of those words like a million times throughout this video, but your boy got a G-Shock. Like, oh. Let's unbox it together, shall we? I have already had a look, but yeah, it's a good one. So this is a square, a slightly dusty square. No, a stealthy, let's see if you can see that, hopefully, without too much of reflections. So yeah, this is the G-Shock DW5600U BB-1. Super cool stealthy square. Minimalist on the dial as well. I don't know if you can see that, hopefully you can. But yeah, what an awesome watch this is. Negative display, obviously fully stealth, blacked out, murdered out, whatever you want to call it. Definitely my vibe. And what was also very cool to see is that they gave each panelist a slightly different model. For example, I saw Russ from the Mad Watch Collector Show got a skeletonized Casio, and Rambo got a DW6900, and I got this square. And I've always wanted this one, and I know I could easily just say that, and you're probably like, yeah, mate, of course you did. But genuinely, I've wanted this one for some time. So yeah, super cool. Really nice watch. And I've got quite a lot of trainers to match this, so I will definitely be wearing it a lot. But yeah, just a massive shout out to G-Shock again. Like everything was just insane. But yeah, wow. What a night, man. What a night. I just want to say a massive thank you to each and every one of you for showing love, whether you're an OG subscriber or new to the Time Drops community, or this is literally the first video you've ever watched. Big shout out to the G-Shock team, the actually creative team, for making the event happen. Absolutely insane again. Yeah, super cool. As mentioned, I've had some really exciting conversations, and if this is anything to go by, then I can't wait to see what's next. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.